Hey everyone, my name is Susan and this is my butterfly garden. It extends from one end of my backyard to the other, filled with everything butterflies need to survive in their own little habitat, designed just for them by me over the past 4 years, and we're still growing this garden. Because that's what's fun about gardens. You can always change, edit, expand, and update. There's always something fun to do, especially in a butterfly garden. So let's go have some fun. We are going to be working today in my flower garden, planting all those plants that we've collected and that I've been sharing with you. And I kept saying I'm so excited to get started on this project. Well, today's the day. We're getting started. First thing is we got to go plant this sweet scent over in the wetland garden. But before we do that, I got to make space for it. And yes, there's going to be space because there's some potted things in here that I can move out. So let me go get that done and we'll be right back. So you can see after taking out the pot, which was right there, when you look back into this garden area, there's not actually anything planted down in here. So that's where I'm going to dig to put a few of these sweet scent plants into this wetland garden. Since I just recently planted this in this raised planter, I'm guessing it's just gonna plop right out very easily. Yep, I love it when that happens. I'm just gonna take it over there and set it down in its new home. All right, 2 in, 3 to go. All right, so they're all settled in over here. And they're really pretty in here with the Orangeum tegrifolium and the tropical sage. The only thing is you can see a lot of the flowers have gone to seed, and these are those kind of we're gonna blow everywhere seeds. And since I grew these from seed, that tells me they grow very easily if I grew them from seed. So I'm going to just go very gently snip off all the ones going to seed because I don't want these coming up all over my garden. And here is their scientific name. If you are interested in looking for these plants, they're actually pretty cool. And I've posted a lot of photographs with them, with butterflies on them. And people are telling me they've never heard of it and they've never seen it and they're asking what it is. So, you know, our channel might be a trendsetter right here, getting the sweet scent out there as a popular plant. I don't know though, it might spread ridiculously and that might be why. Also, it is a wetland plant, so you can't just plant it anywhere, but it is really pretty and the pollinators do love it. So I am meticulously trimming these off. I'm holding my hand over the piece with the stem on it and then trimming it with the other hand. So you're not actually getting to see me do it because I want to make sure these are in my hand and not blowing all over my garden. And you can see how many of the little seeds there are just sticking everywhere. But it's really pretty now that those are off. All right, we're all settled in. Now, down below here, where I've got some exposed soil, this is all frog fruit and it's growing like over the border into my walkway. So I'm just gonna take it and see how it's got stems going down. I'm gonna pull those up. Those are getting little roots on them. See the roots? Well, there's a weed in there too. And I'm just gonna tuck them back in so they'll grow back that way and fill in frog fruit. Get these really pretty little flowers on them. Little pollinators love them. And it's also a host plant to the white peacock and some others. Now I'm going to move this now free of plants little planter up front where I showed you in the last video. I want to add it. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. I'm going to go move it. Oh my goodness, y'all, look, there's a white peacock right there. I was just telling you that the frog fruit's a host plant to it. And there you go. Now you can see what it looks like. Isn't that fabulous? These guys have been around since I brought all those caterpillars home from the nectary to get them established in my garden, and I'm hoping they're going to be here to stay. Okay, here we go. That's where I just put it. And now up here, I have this random collection of woolly Dutchman's pipevine that has clearly been eaten by caterpillars. So I'm going to plant some of these in here, and then I'll have right outside my garden room door access to cuttings for caterpillars. Okay, boy, isn't that a pretty planter. They will come back. They will. And because we're going to be thinking so positively about it, I'm going to add this little trellis behind it so it'll have a place to grow. So now that I have these fabulous pots empty that I got from Romance Gardens, we're going to put my zinnia seedlings in these. Remember we planted these not too long ago in the little cups? So I'm just going to transplant some of these into these bigger pots and put them out so they can grow taller in my garden and lure butterflies in, because y'all know that's what this garden's all about. Butterflies. And keeping them well fed and providing them with a habitat where they can lay their eggs, and their little baby caterpillars will have the perfect food, and they'll grow up and get to be butterflies one day themselves. Well, 2 or 4 of them will grow up right here in the lepidarium, which is like right in front of me. The rest of them will grow up out in my garden. And I can get one more. And then when these guys get out in the sun, they'll go more upright towards the sun. We're going to take these guys out and walk the plank in my garden and set them on a little shelf back there, and then butterflies will be able to visit them as soon as they get flowers on them. Look who's still right here, my little white peacock on my lantana. That's that Texas lantana that's not invasive. There we go. This will be his love in the salvia. There's a gorgeous Polydama swallowtail. Hi, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love these butterflies. You know, they only have a small area in the United States where they're native. And I'm fortunate to live in an area where they are. as far as the United States goes, they're only in Florida, like Central and South, and Southern Texas. So awesome butterfly. Those are my favorite little caterpillars. You know, those little chunky ones. I love them. Okay, and then the second planter is there. So now they're all four set in. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that one or the two middle ones. But that'll be fun. I'll figure it out. Now let's go see what space we have created in my flower garden to plant all of my collection of potted plants that need homes. Okay, this is where we are. We've cleared out a lot of space in this flower bed. It's the one that's directly across from the red pentas and beside my potted flower garden. There's a lot of cool stuff already existing in here. There are some starry rosin weeds that we planted earlier. There is, I trimmed back because it was growing all wonky, but it'll come back. Those are pink pentas. There's a porterweed. There's a red pentas. Over here, I have a really pretty lavender pentas. You can see the remnants of a bloom right there. So pretty. Butterflies love that one. There is a Mexican sunflower going all topsy-turvy. Hopefully it'll turn back upward, which we know it will. Then I have a pot here that's got, looks like oh my gosh. Okay, it's got two porter weeds and 1, 2, 3 privet sennas, and I think that's a zinnia. Zinnia is Golden Alexander, host plant to the eastern black swallowtail. So there's a lot going on in this pot, which I can take all of these out and plant them and use this pot for something else. So that'll probably happen. This pink pentas right here is looking really bad, so I cut it all back. If you get a bad looking pentas in your garden, just cut it back and it will push out new growth. Let me see, there was a little piece of new growth on one of these stems I noticed earlier, and I thought I need to show them that. Oh, there. See how it pushes out new leaves like that? So hopefully this will fill in and look so much better. And then we have a lot of empty space. There is another red pentas, a snow square stem, and then on the other side is more red pentas, salvia, and some Mexican sunflowers. So I pulled all the plants out that we're going to fill in here. They're all sitting right over there. We're going to put in a few starry rosin weed plants, the royal catchfly. Maybe, I'm not sure about the nearleaf ironweed because it's got a short bloom period. I really want consistent all year or as much of the year bloomers in this flower garden as possible. So that might not go in here. But then I have some other things that I can add too, like this is the pot that I moved out of the wetland garden, and it has that Texas lantana that's not invasive and won't spread anywhere. There's a pentas in here, and there is also this guy who is, I can hardly read it. Can you read what that says? Blue mist flower. Blue mist flower. Oh, yes. I might want to leave that in the pot, but maybe I'll put the whole pot with that in it, in that area, just because I've had issues with these not doing well, and I want to make sure it does well. So I might leave it in the pot so I can move it around, but the lantana is going to be just fine, and pentas, we know all day long, just fine. So that's going to be a super fun project that I'm still waiting to do because I'm not doing all that now. You'll have to watch my videos later in the week to see when all this gets put together. For now, let's take a walk around the garden and see who's out and about. Like this beautiful little Gulf fritillary butterfly. Y'all see that little guy right there? He flies. He just flew, or he does like a big long hop like grasshoppers, and he landed on my arm and was just sitting there like we were gonna hang out. And I don't know, I said, no, I hang out with butterflies and you're cute, but not on my arm. So now he's sitting right there. He just wanted to be in the video. There is a tattered zebra longwing on my papaya flowers. There is an adorable, chunky little pipevine swallowtail caterpillar on my woolly Dutchman's pipevine in my hanging basket. In my other planter with woolly Dutchman's pipevine. I can't stand it. It's so adorable. Look at it. These are my favorites, y'all. This is the caterpillar of the Polydoma swallowtail I was showing you. Oh my gosh, look at the face. All right, I might have to take him in because I can't stand it. He's adorable. You guys, look, there's another one right here. This one's a little bit bigger. Polydoma swallowtail caterpillar. Here's another baby one. Here's my white peacock again. That one just really wants to be in this video. Here's a beautiful new zinnia bloom. Look at that pale pink. Here's a Gulf fritillary. I love how their wings glisten in the sunlight. On red pentas. He's in here on the red pentas in the area that we've been working in. There's a monarch on my swamp milkweed. That's getting ready to bloom. There's all kinds of little pollinators on my Orangeum tegrifolium, or coyote thistle. It's called coyote thistle. I always call it the scientific name. I don't know why. I love it though. Don't y'all know that by now? I love it. Another Gulf fritillary on yet another red pentas plant. There's a little zebra longwing on the pink pentas. There's a giant swallowtail on the red pentas. There's a little long-tailed skipper. You know, when I post photos of these guys, people try and tell me they're moths. I'm like, no, they're butterflies. And he just flew off. green bees. They're so cool looking. I love them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We did a lot of different things. We moved some planters. We potted some pipevine. We potted some zinnias. We dug out some plants. We replanted some plants. We cleared a space for some new flowers that are coming later this week. And we saw a lot of butterflies. I mean, what more could you ask for in a butterfly gardening video? We even saw cute caterpillars. So you should definitely tap the like button, and you should definitely subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you guys in the next video.